It's Wednesday. It looks like these guys are practicing docking RIBs. I think they probably come from Hydra, and Hydra's actually up on the big slipway at the moment. The package arrived yesterday from Marine Deals, and in here are 3 of these. South Bay push to close catch, corrosion resistant. Here's the other one. So most of the cupboards have these in them. So here's the big one under the sink. So there's this bit, and there's that bit. And during Christmas it stopped closing and broken here. Rather it stopped catching, and rather than having the drawer going like this every time we pitched, I pinched one from another one, which I'll show you later, and popped it in. So I'll replace the one that I borrowed. This is in the starboard head, and this, which has the diverter for the black water tank. So catch here, borrowed from there, and really strong hinge, so it wasn't a problem. So self-closing hinges. Right, it's in place and well closed, and now it takes a big tug to get it out. Oh, this is the desk in the starboard midsection of hull. So I'm having a job trying to find the rest of my blocks. These are the ones I bought the other day from home. I know I've got more, and I thought they were on the boat, and I just haven't been able to find them. So I think it's time I went through all the storage and made a list of what is where. I found my big tape measure, so I'm just going to measure the spinnaker halyard, and the reasoning may become clear if my idea works. Because it's a 14mm Dyneema core with a lot of friction, I put a much bigger messenger on, so this is probably 12, and it's up the top, so we'll go and measure. Such a long rope, I actually flaked it rather than coiling it. Been a slow job going through every locker. It's not a food locker, so I thought that one was empty. It is. So this is sort of the aft side of the settee. There's the stern cockpit. There's the emergency batteries. 2 large 12 volt C9s in parallel. Here's the standard relays plus the additional stuff. Right, circuit breakers for Lumar sheet winches, main house on-off switch, anchor winch, and on-off and breaker. This stuff's standard, this stuff isn't. So it's a DC to DC charger for the emergency batteries, and I believe it also does the battery for the genset. Remote selector switch for that. Emergency battery breaker, and fuses for the DC to DC charger. The emergency 12 volt bank is a survey requirement, which is a pain, but until such stage as we need the space for something else like lithiums, it can stay there. Still haven't found my missing blocks, but gradually rationalising some storage. Well, I still haven't found my blocks. Maybe they're at home. It's Friday afternoon, we're at the boat, about to head out. And there's the Wainui, very cute. Karina wants to take it home. Not sure it will fit in the back of the truck though. Everything's undone apart from the springs here on the breastline. Right, everything's undone. I've just got to get the bow of the boat out because we've got an easterly pushing us across into the floating pontoon. Right, well, the sailing cats are gone. We've got two power cats here at Port Nikau's work berth, which was gone. She's up on the slipway, and it looks like they've relaunched the classical boat that's got square sails on its foremast. We might go have a look at that. Right, we'll go and have a wee look without getting too close. Home port, Woods Hole MA. What's that, Maryland, is it? Very nice looking boat. Probably not quite solo sailing material though. That's the one they would have launched her with. Oh, the weather's been dry enough. They've managed to get some bailage off this bit of waste ground. Forecast for easterly all weekend, rising to 20 knots or so tonight. So we might go down Urquhardts Bay and then we can work our way back. Admiral and her foot. So we're heading down channel into the wind. Oh, I think this one's the Whangārei. Oh, we'll find out shortly. It is indeed. Ian busy waving at us. So the Whangārei, always lovely, the wee tugs, and it's the one that pulled Catman 2 off when she got wrecked by ex-tropical cyclone Lola, and one of the crew has become a good friend of ours. Well, here's one tree point, and we've got people making use of the outgoing tide to start fishing off the bank. There's a group there with a car on the beach, another person there. Continue to putt along at 7 knots. Wind's been on the port bow, and we'll keep going straight ahead for a little bit further. Oh, we're going past Northport, no ships in obviously. There is our common anchorage. We're going to carry on to Urquhardts Bay. Got a couple of tankers in and another catamaran. This one's motoring downwind. Here comes the tug. We might move out of the way. I'll decide if she's going to allow or help with the tanker leaving, or is there a boat coming in? The short answer is we have no idea. So we're guessing that the second tanker could be leaving, as it's very high in the water, so it'll take a long time for them to get the lines and everything off. I could be wrong, but I think this one was built at Circuit. So we don't see this often. It's got big LPG tanks on it. A multi-fuel vessel, obviously mostly liquid product. And we've got the tug continuing alongside us. Oh, the tug has now stopped. So yes, it does strongly suggest that this one is going to be going. There's our tug, and the other one's now entering the scene. Right, so there's Urquhardts Bay ahead. We've got to do a bit of a dog leg around the sandbank though, Calliope Bank. Oh, out of the channel, just got to skirt the end of the sandbank. Like a major work in progress, fairly sure that used to be orange, it's steel, and is of a fairly long pedigree. There's an ex-Whitbread round the world race boat called Crichton's Naturally, heavily modified into a cruising boat at Northland some years ago. Really nice bloke, and I presume his partner on board. Not there at the moment. He even gave him some two-stroke oil a few months ago when he popped into Northland and had petrol dropped off for his new outboard, but no two-stroke oil in it. Oh, we're anchored at the top end of Urquhardts Bay, right against the sandbank behind us. So Ocean Beach is over there. There's the hills heading out to Bream Head. There's the Heads Road, and over there is quote off the Arnolds, unquote. Mount Manaia and Tarakura Bay underneath. Little Whangārei Bay is over here. Mount Aubrey, Northport, the island on Calliope Bank. Wrong about the tugs, because they're obviously waiting for a ship to come in. One there, further up harbour here, and the rest of Urquharts Bay. It's one of our ANZAC frigates. I heard that Te Kaha was off to the Red Sea for a deployment, international force. Looks like we've got a whole lot of sailors, maybe, lined up on the back deck. Can't really tell with the iPhone. I'm sure you'll be able to see on high definition on a big screen. Oh, there goes the tug racing in behind. So we first guessed it was a tanker leaving. We guessed it was a log ship coming in, so not guessing very well today. It is the Te Kaha, so at least I got that right. Well, it's not a bad view from the aft cockpit. I wonder if we'll get a sunset or not. We'll wait and see. Just had a rain shower come through. It's 7:30. It's been reasonably windy overnight. Occasional rain, and we've got a little bit of a swell coming in, just rocking the boat gently, but slept very well. Occasional glimmer of sun around. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Overcast cleared a bit. Got a reasonably big swell coming in. Easterly swell out there sweeping around the corner. You might be able to see it on the water. I saw the pilot boat go out a while ago, so I presume this time there's a log ship coming in. We are going to relocate, probably to Parua Bay. So it's gusting to 20 knots at the moment. Well, pulling the anchor up, I engaged autopilot, wind vane mode head to wind, and idle ahead. Okay, heading off under sail. I'm doing 6 knots already. Oh, we just got the jib up. That'll get us down harbour quite fast enough. There's what I call the face overlooking Urquharts Bay. Nice cruising boat here. Oh, we'll jibe shortly and head up the channel. Incoming tide still, so that'll be helpful. I don't see any incoming ships at the moment. Oh, well, we were back over there, sort of up past the island. Not too shabby a speed. A bit of tide helps though. So it's Mount Aubrey and Passage Island up ahead. Not much has changed here. It's still very high in the water. And I see they're still spraying water at their anchor. One's higher and out of the water. No one at Northport. Look, 8 knots now. I think we'll pass Passage Island and aim to go on the north side of Snake Bank, which is roughly straight ahead to the Parua Bay entrance, and the Nook's probably the most likely place to end up. As you can see, there's a fair current going past, and they're certainly drifting fast. Well, we've just had a big gust through. Always a bit tricky under Mount Aubrey, and of course there's Mount Manaia just in behind it. Well, we're coming up on Reserve Point, which is the eastern headland of Parua Bay, so once we get out of the wind we'll furl the jib and motor in. Jib was furled in shelter, and we'll head around the pile here. We'll head up towards the Nook. We've got a cat and a houseboat. Oh, it's a fellow Leopard catamaran. Right, anchored, engines are in reverse, digging us in, and you can see we've actually pretty much the same spot as we've been before. Well, we're anchored in the Nook again. Good shelter here. There's the houseboat, looking across to the other side of Parua Bay, to the Cruising Club Parua Bay compound. Here's the other Leopard, I presume it's a 46. And there's a couple of boats at anchor here, and the one over on the left I think is on a mooring. And I feel some very slight spits of rain. And yes, it is raining. Must be morning tea time. It's midday. It's become quite sunny. Fair bit of wind out there though. It may well be interesting docking back at Port Nikau tomorrow. So over there's the Parua Bay compound of the Whangārei Cruising Club. We've been members most of the time. We've been up, and Travelling Light used to live in the compound over here. And we live on the far side of the ridge there, which is Manganese Point. Well, we have another catamaran coming in to join us. It's quarter to 8, another overseas monohull behind us, and may not get much of a sunset. Wind seems to be down, although there is actually a gale warning in force. It's 6 o'clock. It's reasonably light outside, even if you can't see it on the video. Thought we might make an early start. Once it's a bit lighter, get back before the wind comes up too much. Even better, it is raining now. Hopefully just a passing shower. It's 7 o'clock, time to head off. Going out through the entrance of Parua Bay and out to the channel, and then heading up harbour. Right, well, we're off under jib. Wind's a bit fluky in here. I'm sure there's a lot more out there. We've got one anchored here in the shelter of the point. We've seen this one before. There's looking back into the Nook. It's not far off low tide, so we've got to go out and through here. All those red lines that we've been since we've had the boat. And winds currently blowing, I don't know, 17 knots maybe. We're free of sandbanks, getting towards the channel, so let us jibe. Try and do this one-handed. No, that's no good, that's a reefing line. Let's try a jib sheet. jibs change size. Running out of hands. Well, that looks pretty good. Channel's just over there, tide's coming in, so we'll aim to get into the channel to maximise that benefit. Well, it's just me and the Admirals. I've actually rung mate Stuart to meet us at Port Nikau to help with docking. It'll probably be alright on their own, but I always get a bit anxious when its conditions aren't perfect and I don't have a lot of able crew. Well, that looks pretty spectacular. Well, we're making good steady progress. Oh, the wind's died down a fair bit since we got behind Manganese Point in these hills, so it's probably going to be easier than I feared. Oh, we're going past the end of the airport at Whangārei. It's up on top on the flatboat, and Port Nikau Marina is visible up the Hātē River here. Looks like we're going to be greeted by a rain shower as we're docking. Well, now the rain's gone through, the wind's down a wee bit, which is good. Stuart's there, so we should have no trouble. Here we go. Oh, we're here with the help of Stuart. In actual fact, it was no trauma at all. Well, I think we came back at the right time because we've been getting increasing rain showers and increasing wind. Much fun for the rowing aid that's out training.